So why go gluten-free when you're going through perimenopause and menopause? So gluten is in rye, wheat and barley. So basically it is this elastic substance that allows bread to basically rise. It sort of glues it all together almost. So in gluten there is a protein called glycadin, and this protein can mimic the hormone T4, which is a thyroid hormone. And then what happens is this can trigger an autoimmune response to occur where the immune system starts attacking the thyroid. And this can also be seen in Hashimoto's disease or hypothyroidism. So hypo, I always think of the hippo. So you're going to have the weight gain, metabolism's going to slow down, dry skin, hair loss, and sometimes we can think these are actually due to menopause, but it could be due to the thyroid, and this can be caused by eating gluten. So gluten can be the root cause of it because of this happening with a certain protein. So how do you go gluten free? So gluten free, I personally find, is super easy. I've been gluten free for about 6 years now, and I lost 10 kgs. Actually, when I went gluten free, I lost all that baby weight that I had held onto from having my daughter. And also you just feel lighter, and going gluten free I find is super easy. So what can you eat if you're gluten free? So you can have rice, you can have brown rice, you can have quinoa, sorghum, tapioca, corn flour, chickpea flour. What other ones are there? I've got them all written down. Buckwheat flour, almond flour, uh, and coconut flour. That's also a really good one and used in cooking. So I always suggest to people is that you go through your pantry, really look at your packet sauces and all the bottles, so even pickles and everything, and see what has gluten in it, because our Western diet is bombarded with gluten all the time. It's found absolutely everywhere. So the thing is to go through your pantry and get rid of anything that has gluten in it. If you can't bear to get rid of it, you can like post it up and put it into your garage. So when you decide that actually I really, really want to go gluten free, you can then go and bin it or give it away. So with gluten, going gluten free, you can still eat the meat, the vegetables and the dairy, but any packet products, even in these, sometimes actually gluten is in ice creams, you need to check all your processed goods. So there is actually a heap that you can eat, and personally I find it way tastier as well. So I'll go through what you can eat through like breakfast, lunch and dinner, just to give you an idea of what I eat. But before I do this, I'm actually a clinical nutritionist, hypnotherapist and also a herbalist, and I run a clinic here in New Zealand. So yeah, for breakfast, I do buckwheat pancakes. I really love these. I like them when I just want something delicious and yummy to eat if I'm in that time of my cycle. Even though I went through menopause 6 years ago, I'm still a hormonal being. I really like to make buckwheat pancakes, and I make these for breakfast. I soak the buckwheat overnight, so it's about 1 to 1.5 cups of the buckwheat flour. I put 1 to 2 eggs into it for protein and to bind it so it will stick together, and then I put in some water, and I will have the recipe in my blog at claireseagrave.com, so you can go and check that one out. I use water because I don't drink dairy. I don't have milk, for example. You can use nut milks in it as well. You could use dairy if you do have dairy, but I just use water and they come up really, really good. If you want a fluffy pancake, like an American style pancake or a pikelet, just add baking powder in, but again, check there's no gluten in that baking powder. Yeah, so they are super delicious. They're very good. You can freeze them, put them in the kids' lunchbox as well, but they're a really nice protein breakfast. You can also get buckwheat grouts that you can make up similar to porridge. I've never done that, but some people say that is also super, super delicious. The other thing for breakfast you can do is get gluten-free bread. I always suggest with gluten-free bread is that you go for a seeded bread. So you're getting that extra nutrients. The ones that are just white bread, which actually tastes quite disgusting, is, in my opinion, yeah, they haven't got a lot of fiber in them at all, and not a lot of nutrients. Usually made from corn flour and tapioca, which is not the best. So this is the one that I purchased here in New Zealand. It says organic activated 6 seed. So you want activated, so there's no phytic acid in there. Phytic acid can disturb the digestive system, preventing minerals being absorbed through the digestive tract, and it can be quite a disruptor. So you really want to look for the word activated if you're buying breads, crackers, also nuts and seeds as well. So you want activated. This one is a sourdough as well, so that's really good. So I think, well, then it's been kind of soaked. And it's free from gluten, free from dairy, and also free from soy. I'm anaphylactic to soy, so that's why I really go for the no soy, and it's very hard to find a bread with no soy. The other way is to make your own seeded bread. I'm going to try and find my recipe for a seeded bread. I haven't made it for a while, but it's super easy to make. I make it in bulk, so I make 6 at a time, because it uses 1.5 to 2 hours oven's worth of electricity. So I always make bulk in doing that one, and it freezes really, really well. So yeah, so that's the one I use. So go and check out the ones that you like. So for breakfast, you could have poached eggs on toast, avocado on toast, tomato on toast. I sprinkle over Celtic salt, Harker Herbals Celtic salt. That's packed with minerals. It also has iodine in it, very good for thyroid health. So I love that salt. I do have that available at oceangypsy.co.nz if you want to purchase it from me. So that's always nice if you do. Yeah, and for lunches, rice wraps. So where's my rice wraps? My rice wraps. So rice wraps. So these are made from basically from tapioca, rice flour, salt. They're not made from much at all. So you soak these wrappers. I can show you what they look like if you've never experienced them. So they basically look like that. You soak them in water and they kind of come all pliable, and then you can wrap in sushi rice. You can put the vermicelli rice noodles into them, prawns. I really like prawns in them actually, carrots, cabbage. You can put whatever you want in them. That's very good for kids' lunch boxes or your own lunch box if you don't work from home. Yeah, my daughter absolutely loves those. She will have those for dinner. And remember to, with your soy sauce, go wheat free. You can get a gluten-free version, and it will have gluten-free on the bottle of the soy sauce. Ceres Organics does that one here in New Zealand. So remember to get soy-free soy sauce. No, soy. Oh, not soy-free, sorry. Gluten-free soy sauce. Yeah, I've got that one right. Okie dokie. So, the other thing that I love, and I eat probably way too many, is seeded crackers. And I'll put my own personal recipe up there. These ones I buy because I'm just a bit busy at the moment to make them. And these are from House Support Naturally. And if you live in New Zealand, they courier throughout New Zealand. And I will put the link to their website in the description. These are so delicious, and you get quite a few in a pack. And I love them so much. And they're just made from brown rice flour, sunflower seeds, sesame seeds, flaxseed, pumpkin seed, chia seed, salt, and oil. So they've actually got a lot of great seeds in there that balance out hormones. And I'll put a link in the description on my seed cycling to balance hormones. And these have a lot of those seeds in them. These are really, really super delicious. So for lunch, what I do is I make up a guacamole, or I have these with a guacamole. I have them with hummus. I can put little tomatoes on them, and they are so delicious, and I just eat them as they are as well. So they're a really nice high protein yummy snack. So that is awesome for lunch. You could also make up a soup. Like today I made a red onion and potato soup. When I make my potato soup, I just leave the skins on there. That's where all the nutrition is. So I made that today, and you could have that with seeded bread or the crackers. So they're really good. You could have smoothies as well. I use a collagen powder in my smoothie. With powders, again, make sure they're gluten free. So that's also a really great idea. I put smoothies into my daughter's lunchbox as well. She really enjoys those. So that's also more lunch options. You can do salads, make up your own salad dressing. Yeah, that's all quite easy, because remember, fruits, vegetables and meats are all gluten free as long as they haven't been processed. So for dinner, remember, you can eat quinoa, you can have brown rice and white rice, potatoes, kumara. So really dinner's not that difficult when it comes to gluten free. But if you like your pasta, they have a huge amount of gluten free options now. So I personally like this gluten free quinoa pasta from Series Organics. Yes, super delicious. I love the flavour. Or the other one I like is sorghum pasta. These sorghum and quinoa are really high in proteins, great for B vitamins as well. So if you're vegetarian, these are a powerhouse for your B vitamins. And quinoa contains all the amino acids you need as well, which is super important when you're going through menopause. So go and grab those, or the equivalent if you live in a different country. So you can do pastas. The trick to brown rice and quinoa is to soak it overnight, again, to get rid of that phytic acid. And also it ends up really super fluffy, and literally if I do that with brown rice, my family don't know the difference between brown rice or white rice, so that is a super bonus. And with brown rice, you can then next day make up a brown rice salad by putting chopped egg into it, some chopped cucumber, for example, making up a vinaigrette or putting mayonnaise through it. That is super delicious. I also put a tin of tuna in it. Oh my gosh, that's one of my favorite salads. That's super delicious. So you can use what you done for dinner, then use it for lunch, put it into lunch boxes. My daughter always has the most amazing lunches because she gets sushi. Sushi's really good for lunch and dinner. So I make up sushi in the morning. Sushi rolls. I make up the sushi wraps, the rice wraps, for example, and I can use up leftover prawns from the night before. So you can really, really mix it up. Of course, that you can, with the lunches, you still can eat fruit. So what I do is I cut up fruit, I put it into a big jar and have that in my refrigerator, because then it makes me eat more fruit, and it's an easy snack if I get like a sugar craving. Because I'm still a hormonal being working on a lunar feminine cycle, I still have those cravings through the month that I want something sweet. So I will cut up pineapple. Pineapple's got high digestive enzymes in it. I'll cut up watermelon. At the moment, we've got feijoas. I don't bother cutting those up because I can just cut them in half and scoop them out. And that's a really great way to have easy snacks right there to eat, so you don't eat the gluten. I personally find it really easy to be gluten free. It's not difficult. For dinners, for thickening sauces, I just use corn flour. That is another one to be aware of. Sometimes they do put wheat, so they have wheatened corn flour. So that's a one to look out for. Make sure it's made with corn flour. You can use arrowroot also to thicken, but generally that's more expensive. For making bakery goods, if you're starting off, just use one of their gluten-free flour mixes that you find at the supermarket. I will put in my personal flour mix that I personally use. It is super amazing. It makes really, really fluffy cupcakes. I use potato flour in it. So potato flour kind of mimics the gluten a little bit. So it kind of creates this sort of stretchy glutinous situation in the flour. So I'll put my recipe for that in the description below, and you can find that at claireseagrave.com to go and check that one out for my blog on this video. So that's a really great one. And what I do with baking goods is that I just bake in bulk and then freeze it up. So I make gluten-free brownies, for example, and then make an extra batch, put it in the freezer, cut them up so I can get them out one at a time for my family. And that's a really good way to do it. So if you're out and about, you can take your own gluten-free products. You don't need to then be tempted by the bakery. So anyway, if you like this sort of content, please follow me for more. And I hope this video really supports you with going gluten-free, especially during perimenopause and menopause. Because remember, we want to nurture our well-being at this time. So often women through this time can get thyroid issues going on, Hashimoto's, hypothyroidism, hyperthyroidism. And another thing I want to just quickly discuss actually is how to get tested. You can go to your doctor, say you would like a thyroid test, say you want the thyroid stimulating hormone, they'll always do, but also the T3 and T4, because it might just be on the cusp. You might be experiencing the thyroid issues and they go, no, everything's fine, but you might just be on the cusp. So I always like to have the whole profile going on. So really request that. Otherwise, you can get certain tests from naturopaths and nutritionists if you do want support, really getting your diet sorted out as you're going through this period of time. I personally do have a clinic here in New Zealand. I do see people all around the world via Zoom actually. I can just do the tests here in New Zealand. And you can go and check that out at claireseagrave.com. That's the same place as my blog is. And my clinic is Intuitive Nutrition. So it's really good to go and get that checked out. But I always feel prevention is the key. So why not just go gluten-free, see how you feel, and yeah, and it is super easy, and just do prevention. Prevention is the key to not getting disease in the body. And gluten is not what it used to be either. They spray it with Roundup quite often in the farms to dry it out. There's been pesticides, herbicides added to it. So if you can, go organic as well, because wheat's not used to what it used to be, and the protein in wheat has highly changed from what it used to be 1,000 years ago. But anyway, if you like this sort of content, please follow me for more. Please like this video, and also I think you can hit the notification button as well. So when I put out new content, you'll be notified. And I wish you all the best, and I will see you in the next video.